And we are here at EarthX 2026. And we're right now going to focus on Texas itself. We're going to focus on the action that's being done because, unbeknownst to a lot of people, the state of Texas is really putting some muscle behind addressing climate change. And they're doing it in a municipal style. They're doing it in a way that addresses communities. And I have two wonderful human beings next to me right now. We have Joaquin Escalante and Rosa Mendez. Give them a round of applause. Yes. And so you guys are really ground zero for Texas's ground game when it comes to addressing climate change and communities, and you're working with solar. So, Rosa, can you tell me about your organization, CCAP, and what the actions are that you guys have been taking as of late?
Yeah, Theo, absolutely. So I am with the City of Dallas in the Office of Environmental Quality and Sustainability.
Yes, ma'am.
And in 2020, so we're in our sixth year of implementation
Okay.
now, we adopted the Comprehensive Environmental and Climate Action Plan.
Yes.
What that is our roadmap of how the City of Dallas is going to reduce our greenhouse gases and improve our air quality through 8 different goals. So you
Okay.
mentioned solar, but comprehensive, we don't take that
Yeah,
like
she said everything.
yes, we like to say A to Z, air quality to zero waste, but also
Mhm.
like green spaces, increasing access to food access, and of course, renewable energy, but water conservation as well. So we
Nice.
have quite a bit of people on our board. Like we have stakeholders, a group of 16 city departments that help us, one of them being Dallas Water Utilities with water conservation, our fleet team, doing their transition to electric vehicles. So we have quite a
Nice.
bit of going on. Like I mentioned, we are comprehensive and we want to be able to take this opportunity to really make a difference.
Listen, y'all, Texas is doing this green thing, okay? And right next to you, we have our friend Joaquin, and this is Solar United Neighbors. So these folks are statewide, as he informed me, and they're really focusing on making sure that we have a large solar energy infrastructure here in Texas. Tell us about the work that you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we've been around since 2007.
Okay.
It's actually a national organization, but I'm part of the Texas team.
Okay,
A
gotcha.
small but mighty team of 3.
Right? Okay.
And yes, we assist with residents going solar through rooftop solar. We have a couple of different programs, like our solar co-op. We'll have a Switch Together, which we partner with the city of Dallas on to bring residential solar as well. And then we have a
Nice.
free service where anybody that's either wanting to go solar, wanting to learn more, in the process of going solar, or have already gone solar, to have their questions answered and just learn more about what the process looks like and dispel myths as well on going solar for them.
Okay, cool. So are you guys working with like companies that install, like an umbrella of folks who are doing that work?
Yeah. So we go out into a community. We do an educational and outreach component first.
Okay.
We get people organized that are interested in going solar for their home. And then we put out a request for proposal in one of our programs, getting bids from installers in the area,
Nice.
keeping all that local. And then they provide the lowest possible price on installation for the group.
Mm-hmm.
And the more people that join the group, the cheaper it is that they're going to get their solar installation. But also, we vouch for their equipment, their warranties. We make sure that they're financially solvent. We make sure that their installers have all the certifications and
Okay.
licenses that they need to perform the work well and professionally, making sure that everything is of high quality as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you vet a company? Because like out my way, there were some people who were installing solar, but then it didn't quite lead to the savings that like we thought that it would. And I almost got some solar from some folks who weren't necessarily on the up and up about that. And so like, what do we do to make sure that you vet the teams to make sure that the community actually sees these kind of benefits?
Yeah, so we recommend that people, just in general, check out and see what their presence is online. Do they have a website?
Right.
What are the reviews? Start simple. Go on Google.
Right.
What are the reviews saying? After that, check and see if you can find information on the installation that they've done before, what the work has been. And if they come to us, then we can go ahead and try and search and see, are they having licensed installers as well?
Yeah.
And if they work with municipalities on certain projects,
Right.
like you tend to do with the city of Dallas on Switch Together.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're also working on a project in El Paso where we're working with the city to provide fully funded solar installations on nonprofits and small
Nice.
businesses, and doing the same process there to vouch for the legitimacy of the installation and the installers themselves through our process.
I got you. I got you. So, Rosa, when we talk about comprehensive, she said we do it all. What's probably the biggest frontier in terms of the city of Dallas when it comes to the opportunity to expand sustainability that you guys work with?
Yeah, so solar is one of the main ones,
Mhm.
and that's why Solar United Neighbors is a key point with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say internally within our City of Dallas facilities, we've already installed solar on 13 of them. 2 of them are
Wow.
pending, but all of that equals to 1.2 megawatts of renewable energy
Right.
that's generated for the use of the city. So that's whenever we can do it in house and do it internally. But whenever we really want to reach the community,
Mhm.
we partner with the nonprofits, stakeholders to really help us get out there into the community.
Got you. I was wondering, you know what I mean? Because everybody has the stereotype that Texas is just oil, oil, oil. And we know that there's some infrastructure that definitely needs to be changed. What do you feel is like the biggest obstacle to getting these sustainable changes implemented at large scale here in the city of Dallas?
Yeah, community engagement.
Community engagement.
And
Tell me that.
knowing that it's a two-way conversation.
Okay,
It's not
gotcha.
about them coming to City Hall to be able to ask some questions and us providing it, but us actually going into the community
Mm,
and sharing it. Like, of course, we have things with renewable energy, but also like we have a comprehensive urban agriculture plan
wow.
in those areas that there's not many grocery stores. Going
Mhm.
out there, kind of communicating with them what we're trying to do, and just sharing our different efforts. So really having that two-way conversation with our residents, and I think that opens more pathways to let them know that we're here for them, to
Right.
serve them, and to really work on our CCAP goals together.
So let's talk about urban agriculture for a second, right? So you're talking about like community gardens for real and like getting them from like farm to market. Do you guys got like restaurants or grocery stores? How are you guys implementing this urban agriculture agenda?
Great question. So out of the CCAP, goal number 7 is to increase the amount of food grown here within the city of Dallas limits.
Yes.
How do we do that? So we did generate another plan called the Comprehensive Urban Agriculture Plan.
Okay.
It has 5 recommendations on how we can do that.
All right.
Of course, bringing more outreach to the growers in our city.
Okay.
And one of the key things that we have seen is just reducing those barriers,
Mm.
whether it's a permit situation that the growers want to do something on their property but might need a little bit of help facilitating. That's
Right.
where our office can help with our city council, with other departments. How can we all work on this together to streamline that process?
Nice. I like that. Give that a round of applause, y'all. That's beautiful. Joaquin, like when you're talking about getting solar into these communities, are there any biases that you're encountering against it? Do people have skepticism? Are there like some cultural barriers? What are you seeing out there in the field when you're trying to get solar into people's houses?
Yeah, that it's going to be somewhat of a burden. It's not like the
Mm.
prettiest thing on a home.
Right.
We actually have a story of a participant through the Switch Together Dallas campaign that we did a couple
Mm-hmm.
years back, and that I interviewed. And she is a retiree,
Mm.
and she believes that climate change is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Right.
And so when she found out about the program through an insert in a water bill that city provides, she decided this is an opportunity to make some change
Mm-hmm.
and do that. She did her research and she found out, which I only also recently found out, the state of Texas has a law where putting solar in your home will not raise your taxes on your
Mm.
property. So that was a plus. Her insurance didn't go up very much, maybe $100 over the course of the year.
Oh,
the annual
that's not much at all.
premium.
Yeah.
And then it generates 90% of the energy that she needs for her home
Wow.
on a daily basis. So she was really excited that something like this was available through the city of Dallas, but also because we work in partnership with the city. She saw that the legitimacy to the program, saw that it was probably vetted by the city as well, and that we've done this in other multiple cities, not only in Texas, but also across the nation as well in other states.
Got you. So this is a question for either of you. Are there any policy changes that you would like to see? Things that would make your job a lot easier if it were implemented into law? This is anybody.
Yeah, well, I would say one of them was implemented recently in the last Texas legislature.
Okay.
SB 1036, which was a consumer protection law. So salespeople and the companies that do the installations, they will now have to register on the Texas website
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that they're licensed, but also for the fraudulent actors that are involved in like the scams,
Yeah.
they'll get fined now. So
Wow.
they're gonna get penalized for their bad behavior.
I love that. I love that. How about you? Are there any policy changes that you like to see? Have there been any policy victories or defeats that honestly have assisted or implemented your mission?
Not necessarily any specific policies.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I think a big accomplishment for Dallas was the adoption of the CCAP itself. A lot of the different departments use CCAP as a framework. For example, the Department of Aviation recently adopted their sustainability master plan, and they touched on some points about CCAP as well. So
Oh,
I
wow.
feel like that was a good win for us, where it really does provide guidance for other city departments.
So what it sounds like to me is that the architecture of government in the state of Texas is actually pretty open to more sources of energy. They seem to be more open to sustainability than maybe one's previous stereotypes about Texas might have suggested. And I was wondering about this statement that I saw in the blurb that I had to read about this, to really do my research on you guys. And that was that love is a pathway to sustainable change. And I said, love? Break that down to me, because it sounded like you were talking about the individual actions that folks do. Who wrote that, first of all? Because that was beautiful. Somebody in the back office. We need to give them a raise. But seriously, talk about love as a pathway to sustainable change. What does that mean to you guys?
For me, it means, there's some challenges, and maybe people might not be on board with wanting to support us. But where the love really comes in, it's knowing that the impacts are not going to be necessarily for us, but are for our future generations.
For sure.
So we really have to think about them and make sure that the resource that we're enjoying with them right now, that they're able to enjoy them in the future as well.
For sure. The small changes that we make every day are things that can add up by the millions over time. That's what I got from that statement. And I was wondering, like when it comes to the future of like an organization like CCAP, what do you guys see as like a major project that you're attacking in the near future that we need to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, the urban heat island effect is a really big topic right now.
Heat islands,
Yes.
because man, I didn't know nothing about that until recently. I found out that just because you got concrete in a certain place,
Yeah.
it can make your city 10 or 15 degrees hotter than in a rural area. How are you guys addressing that?
Well, these past 2 years, we conducted a project with Kappa Strategy, and we mapped the whole city. We had about 70 plus volunteers that had sensors on their vehicles,
Wow.
and they drove pre-routed routes around the city. They measured temperature in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. That way we can really see where those hot spots are in the city, or how temperatures vary from one point to another.
Right.
We did see that from the coolest to the hottest point in the city of Dallas, there was a 10-degree difference.
That's a lot.
Definitely. Yeah. So just now that we have that data, we can really go into those areas and find some cooling solutions for them. And then right now we're developing our heat intervention guidebook.
Nice.
Hopefully that can guide us how we do that.
So tell me, how do you cool a heat island? How do you make that happen?
Of course, we say tree coverage, but there's just a lot of technologies out there.
Nice.
There are different kind of pavements that we can use that absorb more of the heat instead of just it reflecting back onto the people walking on that certain part of the road.
Nice.
But yeah, that's more information to come in our guidebook.
She got a guidebook, y'all. Okay, that's what's up. When it comes to sun and the things that you guys are doing, what is a major project that you guys are invested in right now that we need to be on the lookout for?
Right now, here in the state of Texas, I would say the major project, at least nationwide, is the Switch to the Other campaign, where it happens every year. We partner with cities like Dallas to bring solar to a larger group of people, thousands of individuals in these major metropolitan cities. and just ensuring that people are fully educated on the topic, first of all, and then establishing that trust in the community, making sure that, they know this is a legitimate program, uh, letting them know the savings that will bring and the impacts that it will have in the community. And then just kind of helping that grow so that there's more solar adoption, less
Right.
demand on the grid, making people feel comfortable in their choices there.
I was wondering, bro, because I'm thinking about this from the traditional energy providers' perspective. Do they feel any competition pressure from their profits? Because if you're bringing somebody's bills down, that means that somebody might not be getting paid. So do they feel like a competitive relationship with you all, or are they working with you to implement these solutions, the traditional energy providers?
Yeah, sure. So this year we are providing. Traditionally, we don't really work with them, I suppose. Like, they're not a direct competitor, basically.
Okay, gotcha.
But there are certain plans, retail electric providers. So whenever you pay your electric bill, you're paying it to one of these. And sometimes they have plans where you can sell energy back to the grid and make a little bit of cash.
Gotcha.
Now, in the state of Texas, that's not really a thing anymore. Net metering is something that's not available here, where you pay the same amount that you have to pay the utility for your electricity that you are on their plan for. Here, it's about 3 cents, so it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as more awareness and built in the community and across the state of Texas, and understanding that this is a legitimate way to not only bring income to one's household, regardless of where they are financially, but also a way to reduce one's electric bills.
Right.
That could be seen as a indicator to the market that this is something that should be invested in more by the utilities themselves.
That's beautiful. You guys, we got the state of Texas doing big things in the field of green. Give them a round of applause, y'all. We got Rosa Mendez and Joaquin Escalante representing CCAP and SUN. This is just one small part of what the state of Texas is doing to go green and make sure that we have a sustainable future right here, one of the biggest states in the country. And I really feel like EarthX is bringing a lot of this good work to light, things that we would not have known, we know now. And so this is EarthX 2026. We are right here in the beautiful Anatole Hotel, and we will be back. Thank you so much for your attention and time.